baby and a dog with a bite. I just wanna nibble on your night. So sentimental when I step in the middle, when I do a little dance till it turns daylight. So jump, in a moment. Margella got me feeling iconic. And if you can't groove, she don't want it. Great sex, say less.
Baby, what you talking about? This was something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking so slowing us down. Say less. Say less.
Stop the road when you walking. You left your hips to the talking. You leaving me no options. Say less. Say less.
Say less.
Stop the road when you walking. You left your hips to the talking. You leaving me with no options. Say less. Say less.
Say less. Say less.
Don't wanna be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under the new media. And can you hear the sound of hysteria? The subliminal America. Welcome to a new kind of tension all across the alien mission, where everything is meant to be okay. Television dreams of tomorrow. We're not the ones I'm meant to follow. For that's enough to argue.
While the sun is set, there's still plenty of light in the stadium for this prime time contest. We've waited all day for this one, haven't we, Brock? It's time for the NFL on EA Sports. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And here we go from Anchorage. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. Dumps it off to his running. Bouncing football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. They had gotten the ball moving, Brock. We're seeing some progress on their debut possession.
They were following the script well, but of course, nobody scripts a turnover.
No, they don't. So does that totally erase the positives that they could otherwise take away from that opening drive?
Yes and no. I mean, every possession is such a premium in this league, but you do know we can move this ball. We just got to take better care of it.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Rolling into enemy territory. And they make the tackle at the 38. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
On first down, they'll run. Continuing to turn those legs inside the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Working quickly here. They'll try and punch it in. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Dragons don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dragons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Finds Sanders. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45.
Let's go now.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Dialing up a receiver screen.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Viking 18. Let's go.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Huskies reach pay dirt for the first time this game. On is Cade York for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Huskies tie this game 7-7. On now is York to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's 2nd and 11. It's his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And they're going to have a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's a give up the middle. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 25 on 2nd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Huskies take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the air following the pick 6. He put everything he had. He's got it at the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Breaks the tackle, still going. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. If you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Dragons get it down to a single point. They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dragons tie things up at 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Let's go now. Off the play fake. Here's Richardson. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's picked up by the defense. And we're back. Road offense out there and set. Let's get the second quarter started. Remember, they got it back on the fumble to end the first. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go, set.
Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Offense up to the line fast. They're going play action. Has it down close. Touchdown! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Ready, check.
Simple dive up the middle. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Set, go.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Go.
From the 17. Completed to his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They'll throw again. Richardson. He has the touchdown. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Now he's York to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Trying for the deep ball. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. He's going to throw this one. Gets it to him on the screen. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need.
And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Dragons take a second quarter lead. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dragons break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Let's go now. Cougar 19.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards.
Ready, set.
They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker.
Let's go. Ready, ready.
Throw complete to Lamb. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 35 on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
Gets this to Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown! The Huskies can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Huskies tie us up 28-all. On now is York to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Another carry for him. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2 yards on the pickup, and it'll give him a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute warning now in Anchorage. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the 37. This will be caught by Cooper. He's contained at the line for no gain. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Throwing from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Trevin Wallace has it. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I honestly think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough second pick 6 to watch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Huskies break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now they send their back in motion right. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Working quickly here. Second and 10 now. It is cut left side. And he's able to move it past the 45 before going out. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He's got it inside the 10. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Dragons earn the chance to tie before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Dragons tie this game 35 apiece. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 13. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Just 2 to go. Let's go. Back to throw. Oh, missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
The running back gets it on the draw. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Motioning the tight end now. He'll take the option to the right on 2nd down. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. The Huskies lining up for a punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. First down, ball at the 36. They'll throw to begin this drive. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Here we go.
Backfield is empty as they motion him outright. Complete. It's Cooper. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 41. As the open man downfield. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. Running it after the penalty. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 19. He's on the move. He's on the move.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running room, just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun here. Completed over the middle. And this is down all the way to the 3. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Dragons take a 3rd quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dragons break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Let's go now.
First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. There on the tackle, the rookie out of Auburn.
I really like the timing of that screen call to the perimeter. Get the ball in space to operate and turns into a nice gain.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches.
Let's go.
Play action with Richardson. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And in for the touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
You're good on the point after. And the Huskies tie this game up. On now is York to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He puts everything behind this one. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Takes the handoff, now to throw. He's loaded another one up. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. 7 yards that time, and now it's going to be 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Here he is now, 3rd and goal. And the defender comes away with it. Through the defense he goes, room to burn. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And forget the interception. He makes this a big 6 touchdown. Well, we all saw his teammates yelling at him, go down for the touchback. He had no chance of that. He saw a lane to take it from one end zone to the other, and he did just that.
You know, and in that sense, he's no different than a kick returner bringing it out of the end zone. That's why some think DBs make the best return men. They just got that unique way of seeing the field, whether it's on a kickoff or going 100-plus for a pick 6. Wow.
Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 30 on 2nd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. tough one to retain through that hit. So they're left facing 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That one's complete, right side. And he'll get it up to the 44. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll give them a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he gets this one to the 49 on a solid pickup. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Quick throw to the left is complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Handoff now from the gun. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Lone back gets the handoff. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he puts some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Motioning him from the slot right. From the 20 on 2nd down. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Huskies get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. They give it to him again. The flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. But, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Go!
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. 16 yards on the play. And that gives them the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Option give here. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll give him a first down.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
He fires one deep down the left sideline. He's got it deep downfield. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Second down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, the secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
70 Lions.
Running back sent in motion. He's back to throw. And the catch is made for the touchdown. The Huskies go up by 2 scores. So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. York tacks on that extra point. And the Huskies double their lead to 14. On now is York to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Chased out to his right. On the run right. That's grabbed inside the 30.
Set. Let's go. Cowboy.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to drive them forward into the red zone. Second and 3 now.
Here we go, set.
They'll try and throw it here. Has it down close. Touchdown. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with a touchdown.
They're leaving the offense out there, and they're going to try for 2. They send the tight end in motion. Back to throw. And he'll get into the end zone to make this a one-score game in the fourth quarter.
You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, it went right to him for the conversion.
And they've got it. No problem for the receiving team. The onside attempt fails. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Come on, set.
Here's a handoff up the gut. Escapes a defender. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
They're now set for first and 10. Back to the well again. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be third and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Setting up to pass. Complete beyond the marker. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
He'll take a knee here as that clock approaches the 40 seconds remaining mark.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Groupie sends it through. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Huskies winners as we say goodbye from Anchorage.